Hi £1 Million Homes, I'm Laura from The Home We Made. Come on in. Okay, so I'm a stay-at-home mum to 2 young boys, but also my husband has been a property developer and an investor for about 20 years. So he has new build projects, which I get involved in. I will help with the design process, the interiors, the kitchens, bathrooms and things, which I really enjoy. So I get the best of both worlds. I can be at home and also be really involved in the interior process and help him out with his business as well. Okay, so do you want to come and see our lounge? This is where we spend most of our time as a family. When we were designing this room, I wanted something that felt cozy, but still had the interiors that would relate to the rest of the house. Around the house, you will see there's lots of pictures of London. He loves London, and by accident this happened. We ended up buying lots of pieces and it all fell into London. Obviously, home is where my boys are. I have 2 young boys and Greg as well. And I like the sign. We may not have it all together, but together we have it all, because believe it or not, the house is always this clean and our friends think we're a little bit crazy. So yeah, that kind of sums us up nicely. Okay, so this is the main hallway. Actually, when we were designing the house, I designed this whole room based around my love for Christmas and the fact I wanted a Christmas tree here. So this is the dream, to always have like a gallery landing, and the Christmas tree goes up here, obviously in December. So the whole house was designed around this room. Greg really wants to change the colour to more of a beach colour in the staircase, and we're having an argument with the boys at the moment about putting a wine cabinet under here, but as you can see, Archie used it as a stable for his horse. So yeah, I love this room, but I do feel that it could do with having something under here just to make it feel like a less hotel feel and a bit more homely. Okay, so this is our downstairs toilet, which seems to get a lot of attention on Instagram because we added, which was Greg's idea, the Dyson hand dryer. The kids love it, and you always know boys, especially little boys, they wash their hands because it's always on. When we ordered it from Dyson, when they came to fit it, they were quite surprised. They'd never fitted one in a home before. So yeah, I love it now, and it's quite a fun feature, and our friends find it quite amusing. And I love this wallpaper. This is my favourite wallpaper, and I definitely would have it in more rooms in the house. But yeah, so one thing was really important to me when designing the house was to make it so simple to keep clean. So having units like this high enough off the floor that you don't damage it with your hoover and your mop and things like that means keeping the house clean is much easier, and keeping things in good order is easy too. Okay, so this is my favourite room in the house, the kitchen. Obviously I spent a lot of time in here, entertaining and things like that. I was really conscious when building the house that you can go too far and make it too modern, but I really feel this gives sort of a country vibe to it. Again, with the house, symmetry is always key with me, so like with the ovens and everything had to line up. But yeah, I love this kitchen, and decided to go with a slightly darker colour just to give a bit of variation on the island to the kitchen cabinets. But yeah, I love it. The table here, we actually bought this from our old house. The new chairs didn't fit underneath, so we paid the carpenter just to make some little blocks. So instead of having to buy a new table for £20, had a solution for it. And then through here this was the dining room for about 3 years. And about 3 months ago, we had this made, and it's a pool table, but the top goes on and it's actually a dining table. You wouldn't notice any difference at all. And you can also have it as a table tennis table. So this room now gets tons of use with the boys playing pool and table tennis instead of just a couple of times a year for a big family event. One thing I always get asked is, oh, do you love Kate Middleton and the Roars? But actually, if you look close up, this is a J.J. Addams piece of art, and she's obviously got tattoos and piercings. Again, with the alley piece, got tattoos and bits on it, just makes it a bit more jazzy. I didn't want the room to be too formal. I just wanted to give it a kind of a cooler vibe. So yeah. Through here is the playroom. Now, when we built it, again, I designed this cabinet to sort of hide all the toys in, and I think it was a great idea of mine actually, because you can store everything away, and when the boys are older, this can just be a chill out room, gaming room for them with plenty of storage again. So my youngest son spends most of his time in here now because the oldest one is always on the PlayStation, but it's nice that it's just off the kitchen and I can see him when he's playing. Also, when we were building the house, Greg wanted to go for open plan and I didn't. So we went for these doors with the big glass in it, so sign of a halfway house. So you can open all the doors if you've got lots of people here, and it kind of gives a better flow as well. All the doors I ended up actually not even painting. This is just how they came primed, and I love the grain in the wood, so I didn't bother painting them. So yeah, I'm really pleased that we made that decision. So let's go upstairs. Okay, so I fell in love with this light in the shop in Chelsea, and the price was just off the scale. So I searched the internet high and low, found it, sourced it from the supplier for less than a third of the price they were selling it. So I would always advise, if you like things, take pictures and then go online and search them for yourself, because you will save so much money. So this is our bedroom, the master bedroom. This is my dressing room, and obviously all the wardrobes. And then this is our ensuite. I found this idea on Pinterest actually, where somebody had made a unit with all the pebbles underneath, and I just loved it. I don't think the carpenter loved it though, because it was a bit of a mission to make, but yeah, I love this bathroom and enjoy having a TV in the bath. Having the dressing room meant that actually our bedroom could be spacious without clutter. So this is our bedroom. I love this wallpaper. This is an Anthology Cobra paper, and it's got like glitter in it. And I just thought the feature wall against the Elephant's Breath grey sort of brought out the colours in the room. But as you can see, it's quite a neutral palette. But yeah, I love it. Ideally, when we built the house, I wanted to use the room in here as an extra bit of storage space or dressing room. But for resale value, it's important that you keep the rooms separate. So this would be the 5th bedroom, but we use it as an office. Oscar, our eldest, does his schoolwork in here. So this landing space, we actually only just got these chairs because in lockdown we had our nerve battles up here, so this was all empty. And Amber Raab, who we've got a piece of art downstairs in the hallway, we met her at a show a couple of months ago, and we bought these pieces off her. We really liked her work, and we have a piece being made by her for the pool house. Also in the landing, because we had young children, we had a sensor put on, so in the middle of the night when Archie was like 2, if I had to go around to see him, the lights would go off automatically instead of, you know, just staying on all night, which was a really good little touch because I didn't have to worry about things like that. This is all storage. Okay, so this is our spare bedroom and spare bathroom. I like it in here. It's got a nice little bathroom, and then I've got the lilac colour in here just to add it a different sort of feel in here with the electric blinds. Obviously my Peloton, I'm training for the marathon, so trying to get my steps in with the kids around is quite difficult, but having that in the house rather than down in the pool house has been so much easier. Having a block and beam house as well, you can have these things upstairs because obviously it can hold the weight. The one thing in here that I hate is this furniture. So actually I'm going to, when we get after the summer, I want to paint this white. I think it will look better in this room, and Greg wants to have some wardrobes put in here as well for some extra wardrobe space. So we have 2 boys. This is Archie's room, Archie's 7. I love this paper. I had this paper even before we designed the house. It was just I knew this is what I wanted. So he loves this room. He plays in here, but the cuddly toys thing with my cleanliness wasn't great. So this is so cool, the zoo. You can store all of that. But yeah, he loves his room, and when he moved in here at 2 and slept in this massive bed, he looked dead cute. But yeah, again, electric blinds in here as well. This is the boys' bathroom. We use the same tiles in here as we did in the spare bathroom in there, but the only regret is that I didn't put a TV in here for the boys, because Oscar would love to have a TV in here and ends up in our bath all the time, so I wish we'd done that. But it's a really nice bathroom for the boys, and we had all this sort of stuff made bespoke for them. And then we have Oscar's room. Oscar, when he moved in, had no idea what any of his room was going to look like. So when we turned up here and showed him his Marvel themed bedroom with the lights in the room, he was just blown away. It was really cute. He definitely has the best view of the garden as well from in here. We decided as well to go with extra wardrobe space. We were going to only have 2, but the lady at the time who was making them said children these days stay at home longer, have suits and whatnot, so it's always best to have more storage than not enough. So this is where I spend most time, being a mum of 2 boys. Their gym kits come out of my ears. So this is utility room. Again, the same units in the kitchen, but this time we went for a slightly thinner top because we could save so much money, and actually I don't think you would notice any difference, but they're little points that we were pointed out by the time that would save money. I actually made this cushion myself. I was quoted £300 for a cushion, and I made this one for about 40. Okay, so one thing we didn't take into consideration or do properly was the garden. So this was done only last year. Okay, so we love this fire pit. It's great if you have guests around in the evening, but Greg always knew he wanted a fire pit. We just couldn't find the right one when we were building. Like I said, didn't put too much into the garden. So forward thinking, we left the gas feed under the patio sticking up, so it was good to go as soon as we found what we wanted. This outdoor kitchen I absolutely love, and actually we used all of the excess materials from our pool house build last year to do this. So everything, it didn't cost anything apart from the appliances. And the top, I got silly quotes for the top, and in the end we just bought concrete and concrete fibres and had it built in like a surround, and it cost around £60. Okay, so a lot of questions over the small little bench. Greg's dad gave the boys this when they were little, and every year Grandad's job is to paint this up and make it look nice again. But it's a very sentimental piece, and I'm sure will be here for many years. So when we designed the planting in the garden, I wanted to go for like an English country garden vibe and low maintenance, no deadheading all the time. So going for this sort of stuff, it allows colour from like April all the way through to September and is so low maintenance. Okay, so this is also probably the best thing about the house is we built this last year. After much persuasion, Greg gave in to the boys and we built the swimming pool. As you can see, Roman the robot is in there and he goes around all day long and cleans the pool. And then we've added peach trees, eucalyptus trees just to block out the houses behind, just for obviously for privacy. This was only just added recently. This is a wonder wall and you can get different size kits, and then you add flowers that will add colour all year round. We had to put in these troughs to retain the grass, obviously because we dug down here. And these are literally just cattle troughs, but look great with purple flowers in. Pool house itself, I actually drew as a picture to scale, and we gave it to our carpenter and he built it from scratch. I absolutely love it. I'm so pleased with the design. Behind here we have all of the storage and how the pool is run. It's just like a little dumping ground, but I like that I can truss it away and from a distance you can't really see the door. Obviously we went for the bifolds in here. It's empty at the moment, but we do have a sofa coming in like a blue colour in the next 3 weeks. I want it to have like an Ibiza theme. And then the artist Amber Raab is making us a bespoke piece for the wall here. And then I'm getting a 1970s picture of the Oscar winner Faye Dunaway in Beverly Hills for this wall. But I think it'd be a nice space for the boys when they're older to chill out in. And then in here we have the steam room and the bathroom. So this is the steam room and the bathroom. And in here again, we did go for a hand dryer. Becoming a bit of a theme in the house. But I love this bathroom actually. It's probably my most favourite bathroom in the whole house, and I wish it was in the main house. But I love the concrete texture on the walls. They were porcelanosa tiles. But I'm really pleased with this, and I think it's a really good feature to have in the garden. This is definitely my favourite view, and I can't wait till the sofa comes. We can sit in here and just look out on the kids playing in the pool, enjoying themselves. Okay, so let's go back up to the house. This is Frankie. He is cutting the grass at the moment. He goes out all day long, bless him, and cuts the grass. Greg has a funny list of good value items, and he's on it because he reckons the cost of him versus the gardener, he wins every time. So when we were building the house, I really wanted to put a brick in it with our names on it and the year. So I sourced that, and just above the bifolds, it has our names and 2017, the year it was built. It is true, sometimes you need to live in a house just to know how things work and what you need to add. And we definitely dealt with the air conditioning. We should have put that in the house at the time, didn't, and then put it in afterwards. More expensive if you do it afterwards, and it's just ag. Better doing it when you're doing it. And also, if you're building a new build house, they are so hot because of all of the insulation. So it's definitely best, especially with the climate, warmer summers, add aircon. So one of the really important things when we're building the house is to future-proof your house. Like, you know, obviously when you're building a family home, you don't ever plan to sell it, but one day you might need to. So for resale value, adding plug sockets on both sides of the bed. You don't know, somebody might want a double socket. TV sockets and the plug sockets on the wall, ready for TVs. Our children don't have TVs in their room at the moment, but all those sockets are hidden behind a picture so that in the future, all it does is have to go straight on the wall. So it is a really important thing to add everything, you know, just add everything. Even if you think it's a bit overkill, for resale and the future. It just makes life so much easier. It's been really lovely having you here. Thank you so much for coming £1 Million Homes, and thank you for our wonderful gift too.